So this week, I'm so excited. I implemented something super huge for Lunchbox Hero, something that I've been getting a lot of beta feedback on. And it's been a constant reoccurring thing that people want to have dietary preferences added into the app. So I spent a lot of time working on this week. But if you go into your account area now, when you're signing up, you can toggle dietary preferences. And so right now I'm showing gluten-free toggled just for this example. And what this will do is on the parent side of the app, anything that the child chose that was one of those conditions, like bread obviously has gluten. But because we can have some substitutions, like you could still have a sandwich, but you could use gluten-free bread. Now, if those items are chosen, they will get these dietary notes so that you know when you're shopping, okay, we need bread, but we need gluten-free bread. I've also set up so that in the lunch builder on the kids side, things that would not be adaptable, like obviously the ham and cheese sandwich, the bread can be adaptable to be gluten-free. But if it's something that is definitely not adaptable, like for instance, within my database, I think I have like a branded thing like pizza bagels. Those would not show up in here because they've been filtered out, which is really cool. Um, a lot of these other things can be filtered. So obviously, if I put pasta as the dish that you'd want to have when you go over to the grocery list area, it will say use gluten-free version. So it's helping to adjust for these different dietary preferences. And you can toggle them on and off as needed. So most of this whole platform already is nut free because of how a lot of schools are with not allowing nut or peanut butter or anything in the schools. So majority are already that way, but as we expand, I wanted to make sure that if we offer more things that we have that option as well. But they can toggle to dairy free, vegetarian, pork free. These were the top requested things that people wanted filtered. And I'm super excited that I was able to actually implement it because when I first did it, I broke my app and I needed to revert back and rethink of how I could keep the pieces working together, keeping the lunch builder working for the kids to get the options without getting overwhelmed. Like the kids don't really need to be aware fully if something is gluten free or not. That's more for the parents to take care of. They're just kind of building, but it would completely filter out anything that would not be adaptable so that the kids would never see that as an option unless the parent untoggles it, which is really cool. But when I was building, I had to think about it in two pieces: the builder's logic that gets pulled from the database, and then how the grocery list performs as well, so that all the pieces I already have set up work well. It broke our weekly lunch builder too, but luckily I was able to revert back and then restart and come up with a different idea. The other thing that we were tasked to do this week, let me scroll back up, was the change log or like a version update. And I just decided to have a little what's new section that can show like updates frequently. So I first had created this as soon as I knew about the assignment. And then I just updated it as soon as I got this dietary preferences things actually working. So now I have that in here so that whenever we have some really big updates, there'll be a what's new area. Doesn't get in the kids area, doesn't the adults can access it in the footer and it doesn't like overwhelm anywhere. But I'm really pleased with the progress. I didn't realize how long it would take to figure out how to filter everything. And then also because I was creating the database in the backend by myself, putting in everything for all the food options that are in there, toggling if it's gluten-free, dairy-free. Because even when I ran stuff through AI, there was still things I was like, no, I know that some products are not pork free if they have like gelatin. Certain types of gelatin could have pork in there, or some marshmallows could have pork in there as ingredients. So AI wasn't perfect for creating the database, so I had to do a lot. But I have a nutrition background, and a chef background, so I know these little insights. The other thing that I did was make sure that the grocery list, yes, it generates based on what kids choose, but I didn't have an option to add a custom food in there before. So let's go ahead and add in like naan, because I love naan. That's how you spell naan, right? Sorry if anybody like sees me spelling it wrong. And we'll just add that to the bakery area. And we added the item. And now that's been added into here. So cool. Those were the couple of things that, well, seems small when I just show it to you, but a lot of work was done on the back end of all of this week, and fearing that I ruined my app, thinking that I might not be able to make it happen. So I'm very pleased with the progress I made this week. And a lot of my next week's focus is going to be on the marketing side, the social media side, and yeah, a lot of the marketing side stuff for next week, because these were the main feedbacks I got from people of what they want to see from the beta testers. And so until I start gathering more data from those beta testers of what else they want to see, this is where I'm going to keep building from, and just like going by tweaking little things here and there, but really just leaning into user feedback. So I'm building something that people actually want to use. The cool part is that a lot of the features that I have built, I have a 6-year-old daughter who's actively using this. So I'm getting a lot of feedback right there from how she's using it. And it's cool to see without like leading her into it, and just seeing how she's naturally interacting with it. So I'm really pleased. I have the filtering stuff working well, and we'll just go from there.